Today on episode 267 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, NFL Week 3 recap, college football recap, and the TCF top 3 of Nike Rivalry Uniforms. Let's roll.
I would like to wish you all the best with your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. Again, best of luck to you and your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. And one final thought, Zach. Go Cubs! And peace.
Hello and welcome back, Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 267. Make sure to find us on X at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Give those pages a like. For all of our content in video form, head on over to the YouTube page and make sure you subscribe there. Wherever you get your podcast, we are there as well. So make sure you subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars. Wherever you get your podcast, we are there. You can find me on X at Boomy TCF, but also make sure to follow the man that I'm joined with tonight. That is Zach at Lilia TCF. Zach, kind of felt like a little borderline summer fall day today.
I know we were in fall last time we recorded, and now we're back in summer, sort of.
Yeah, it's very weird. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but I was in Las Vegas this weekend, so a lot different weather than we had out here. Not too bad, though, low 90s. And I saw we had got some rain out here. We actually got rain out in Vegas, too, but I'm ready for that fall weather, man. I think today's the actual first day of fall.
Yeah, it's actually a good time to go to Vegas, honestly. It's not
Perfect time.
Crazy hot. It's about that time of year. Between here and the end of the year is when you want to get going to Vegas.
I couldn't agree more. We got there. The first day was like mid 80s. I think it got maybe up to like 92 at the hottest. But yeah, you're right. It was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it's always fun to go to Vegas, but it's also better to leave Vegas sometimes too.
100%, man. You are not wrong there. Let's jump into things. As always, we've got sinkers and floaters. My sinker this week is Bruce Pearl. Came out today that Bruce Pearl is retiring or resigning. College basketball season's like a week away from its first official practice. And I do respect this move. He did it, and then his son was named the head coach. But I've always hated Bruce Pearl. He's kind of a scumbag in all of the things that have happened to him at the different places he's been and leaving places in probation. As a Florida fan, I hate Bruce Pearl. I've always hated Bruce Pearl. And this feels like kind of a scumbag move to bail on his team a week before the season starts.
Yeah. Something is probably going to come out more about it. I don't feel like he was just retiring for the fun of it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if he's like retiring for health reasons, I take all this back. But
yeah, hopefully it's not anything to do with that. But yeah,
just with his track record, though, it tells me it's going to be something different.
Yeah, he was doing the NIL stuff before it was legal.
Yes.
But
yeah, pretty much everywhere he's been, he's left in probation.
Yeah. It's one of those guys that most people aren't sad to see go.
Not at all.
In college basketball.
I do respect the move, though. I mean, his son then, who was on staff, now becomes the head coach. It's one way to get your kid a job, but I just, if it was anybody else, I probably wouldn't be that upset with it, but I can't stand Bruce Pearl, so.
Well, it's pretty much exactly what Bill Belichick's going to do.
Yeah.
I didn't
even think about that.
And then his son is going to become the coach, most likely.
I hadn't even thought about that angle of it.
If he wants to. I mean, that team is not very good.
No, but I mean, it's a Power 5 job.
Still want the job. But, yeah, that's a different story in itself of what that's become.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, I didn't see this one coming because he seems like a guy who doesn't want to go away from it. So I feel like there's something else to it.
Yep. And I don't know. I feel like since the NIL era started, like coaches don't get in trouble anymore because all the stuff they were getting in trouble for is legal now. So I'm very.
It is, but it is. I mean, there's still stuff you can't do.
Yeah. it doesn't happen as much. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this. But on the surface, just bailing on a Power 5 team like Auburn after all the success you had just feels weird to me.
Yeah, but I guess he's going out on top in a way because he gets to make his son the coach, so he'll still be around
Yeah, I
most
mean,
likely.
don't get me wrong, the guy's a good basketball coach. He wins, but I can't stand him
Doesn't have a great track record off the
playing by
court.
the rules. Yeah,
Yeah.
by playing by the rules.
My sinker, I told you it was going to be controversial. It's Halloween. I hate Halloween.
That is a bad
Um,
take.
all the decorations and stuff. I am not a fan.
I don't
I
think
don't like.
I think
I
it's
don't
a
like being
bad take, but
scared.
I feel like you've made this claim a couple times, and it's wrong. Halloween's fantastic.
Yeah, I know you are a big Halloween movie guy.
Love it.
Your brother's a big Halloween movie guy. I don't like any of that kind of stuff either. I don't like to be scared. I don't think that I'm one to be scared or want to be scared.
I think it's funny because you know how I've come full circle. I used to hate scary movies. Like I never really got into scary movies till after high school because that was not something I enjoyed either. But like you said, me and my brother kind of did some deep dives on a bunch of movies, later in high school, early college. And now, like, if I had to sit down and pick a movie to watch, it's probably some sort of horror movie.
Yeah, that's not what I would be watching.
And candy. You can't go wrong with the candy.
No, well, candy corn sucks.
Candy corn does suck.
And that's like the main. That's one of the main
No, it's not
Halloween
the
candies.
main. No, it's not. It was the main candy in Halloween like 100 years ago.
Well, I mean, like, there's always candy, but then this is like it's like the main candy in general. Like you think about Halloween, candy corn is like connected to Halloween.
Yeah, I get that. It's also different. Like Maddie has said it before, and I agree with him. Like watching when you have a kid, it changes Halloween a little bit too. I used to never really do the trick or treating. Being able to go out with him and see him enjoy it, it makes things a little bit different too.
Yeah, you wouldn't really get any candy corn unless it was for Halloween. Hopefully not, because that's awful candy.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand where you're coming from. I'll say that because I was very much in that boat
Yeah,
early in
candy
life. So
corn, yuck, and Halloween in general, yuck.
I'll move into my floater this week, and that is flying. It happens every time I get on an airplane and get off of it. I'm like, we got home. I think our flight we caught some tailwind, and we flew from Las Vegas to Rockford in 3 hours flat yesterday. So it's mind-boggling to think like if you put it into your GPS to drive from Rockford to Las Vegas is like 24 and a half hours.
Yeah, you
You
think
can
about
fly
how
it.
weird that thought is.
It's crazy.
Like you're just flying just so quickly.
Yep, I love it, especially now. Like, I could understand people hating flying, like in the '90s, because I just downloaded like 2 movies and knocked out 2 movies going there, 2 movies coming back. Couldn't have been better.
Yeah, and you think about like how long it would take you to drive there,
Oh,
and especially Rockford too is so nice.
yeah. I mean, I think security getting in there was maybe 8 minutes. It was awesome.
That's crazy.
Got
Yeah,
off the plane, didn't check any bags. So we literally just walked off the airplane. I think we walked off the airplane at like 7:50 and we were in the car by 8 o'clock.
that's just perfect. But
Yep.
like I said,
Can't
it's
ask
just
for
so
anything
weird
better.
to like try to wrap your head around that.
Yep. It's awesome. I love it. I love flying.
My floater is playoff baseball because it will start next Tuesday, I think, is when the wild card starts. And like we were talking about with fall, that seems like the start of fall. Especially the way they do it now. There's 2 wild card series, best of 3. I think that's pretty fun. The way
Oh,
that they
big
do it,
time.
it's not just a single elimination game anymore. All 3 games are at home. Hopefully, the Cubs will have all home games. But playoff baseball is just so exciting.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, it's just
We're both baseball guys, but playoff baseball's different.
yeah. I mean, you can baseball is such a long season that in 3 games your season could be done.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And
You
it's
work
like I think,
all that time.
yeah, the first game was in March, and now we're narrowing in on some of these races, and it's going to come down to this last week of the season.
Yeah, Cubs have not put themselves in a great spot.
We'll get to them in just a second, but very quickly, power rank MLB playoffs, NHL, NBA, NFL.
I'd say NBA's last.
Yeah,
Just
I
it takes way too
unfortunately.
long. Um, I'd go NFL, MLB. It's like MLB and NHL are like right there together. NHL is pretty nuts.
I'm almost the opposite. I think the NFL. There's not enough games.
I put
Mine
NFL third.
goes. I know. Oh, I thought you said NFL first.
No, NFL third. I think it goes
Gotcha.
from top to bottom. It would go NHL, MLB, NFL, and then NBA.
I'm almost the exact opposite, except for I will go baseball one, basketball two. And like so much of NHL depends on the Black. Like if the Blackhawks aren't in the playoffs, I'm probably not watching.
I'm gonna say
So
atmosphere. I mean, that's crazy.
I just don't care. Like
No, I'm not
maybe
saying
the
you in
Stanley
general.
Cup.
I'm just saying like the way that like I guess yeah, it's your own list. So
Yeah,
you do what
I'm
you
just
want
not
with it,
that.
but NBA it's too long. Takes
Yeah,
forever.
but there's that I agree with. There's too many breaks in between the games, but
That's the problem with NFL. I think having the Super Bowl 2 week layoff between it is just crazy too.
yeah, I will always agree with you on that. And let's switch gears here real quick. We just talked about the Cubs a little bit, so we'll move into the TCF Sports Minute. The Cubbies sit 88 and 68 right now. They are 3 games up on the one spot for the wild card one spot. Terrible weekend in Cincinnati. Get swept by the Reds. Big series coming up with the Mets here.
Yeah. For both teams, the Mets are fighting to stay in it because as of right now, the Reds have the third spot in the wild card,
Mhm.
and the Cubs they have that you said 3 game lead, but you don't want to lose that home game advantage. That's huge. 3 straight home games is just that's going to be huge for a very quick series, which will become. I mean, 3 games is nothing.
Oh, I agree. We saw it. What was it? 2021 when they got in the playoffs and got bounced by the Marlins.
Yeah, Cade Horton, game 1.
Kate Horton shoves, dude.
I mean, it's gonna go Cade Horton, showed up probably, and then would you say Tyone?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he gave up 1 run yesterday and lost.
Because like they were saying though, if it comes down to let's say they lose game 1, they're gonna throw Shota and maybe Matt Boyd in game
Yeah,
2. I mean,
I don't hate that.
Craig Counsell loves to go to that bullpen quickly.
Yeah, big time. And we haven't seen Craig coach in the playoffs, so that could be
No,
another interesting wrinkle that the Cubs run into. But I don't think they can start worrying about that. They got to worry about the Mets this week.
yeah, you can't worry about that at all. You got to worry about the Mets because they're playing for something too. So they are
Mm-hmm.
playing just as hard, if not harder,
Yep.
because their
Yeah, like
playoffs life is on the line here.
yeah, the Cubs, they're going to the playoffs. That we know. So you can't take your foot off the gas now just because you're in. And it not that I felt like they took that approach all weekend, but I mean, you can't get swept in the middle of a
No,
pennant race.
especially losing the way they did. I mean, were they shut out twice?
Yeah, I think so.
It's
Yeah,
just,
that can happen.
but you were playing a team that is trying to make the playoffs, and um, you might be coasting a little bit, and then that's what happens.
Well, and so much of baseball is comfort, like you have to get in that rhythm. And right now the Cubs did not look comfortable this weekend. And it's so much about baseball is momentum, you
Oh yeah,
know, and they did not do themselves any favor in the momentum category this weekend down in Cincinnati. That's got to get fixed. You got to treat this week against the Mets. And I didn't look to see who the Cubs got this weekend, but you have to approach this Mets series with, that has to be top of mind.
I could be wrong. I thought it was maybe the Cardinals that they will end the season with.
You might
It
be right.
usually is a division team, and I know
Yeah,
it's
you
not
can't take any of these lightly. Can't take any
no
of these lightly. This is such a big week.
huge. I mean,
Um,
you
moving
just
to
you
the
don't
south
want to give
side,
up that home field at all,
yeah,
and you don't want to
because
go
then
in losing 2 series in a row.
yeah, or three in a row because you'd be coming off the sweep,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
3.
especially against teams that are maybe going to be in the playoff, like either Cincinnati or the Mets are going to be in the playoffs, but you gotta start building some momentum going into this. That's going to be paramount for this team.
For sure.
The White Sox 58 and 98. Last time we talked, there was a chance they weren't going to lose 100. They are definitely going to lose 100, but quite an improvement on last season. And you can look at it and it's the second worst record in baseball, but it is an improvement. There's no
Yeah,
doubt about that.
you're gonna go into next season better than last season, which is good. But um, it's something to look forward to. The rebuild is going in the right direction.
And you're not going to have to hire a new coach.
No, you got a new coach.
That
You got the
helps a
same
lot.
coach. Um, you're gonna have a lot of the same players. Um, who knows about? I don't think you'll have Luis Robert next year.
I wouldn't
Um,
assume so, but we also were 100% sure he was getting traded at the deadline.
yeah. So
So what
it's
do we
it's
know?
it's something that you'll have something to look forward to come training camp, but
Well,
it's
especially
definitely
another off season of development for some of these young guys that we're getting ready to see. If they haven't made their debut already, they will be here shortly. Like another season or another off season of development could be huge for them.
definitely an improvement from last year. So you didn't break the record for most losses, and you started to play pretty decent here at the end. These last few weeks weren't the best, but it's it's nice to know you're going in the right direction at least. You knew it wasn't going to
Absolutely.
be anything like you were going to make the playoffs or anything, but you just wanted to see improvement.
100%. Couldn't agree more, man. Speaking of improvement, the Bears pick up their first win on Sunday over the Cowboys. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with the Bears, Zach?
Probably a 3 or 4. It really depends on if you can go into the bye week 2-2. They play the Raiders in Las Vegas. Can you keep that momentum going? It's like you said, it was pretty much the first real win since week 6, probably. Because
At
the
least
win against
a
the
win in a
Packers,
game that meant something. Yeah,
yeah, the Packers game didn't really mean anything.
you're
It
right.
kind
I
of threw
agree
it
with you there.
away. But I just mean like the Packers won or lost. It wasn't like it was big for them. They weren't going to not
Yeah,
make the playoffs. Um, so it's nice to get a win like that. They had some good drives. They had a drive that technically was the longest drive or most plays, I think, in a drive for the season for any NFL team. They played well that way. They went for it on fourth down. They didn't let up. I know the Cowboys aren't a good team, but you play who you play.
do you see the still shot of CD Lamb's ankle?
Yeah, that's
Oh
tough.
my god,
Yeah, that sucks.
that sucks. But no, the Cowboys are bad, but
They're bad, but
you can't
the Bears
look
have
at wins
lost to
like
bad teams. So
100%.
they won the game that they needed to win at home. Now you go to Vegas, play another afternoon game, And then can you get to 2-2 going into the bye week, which would be huge.
Big time. And I mean, we don't have to beat around the bush here. Caleb Williams, almost 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, you got to be excited about that. Luther Burden actually, finally kind of had a little bit of a coming out game. Roma Dunze's looked pretty good the last couple weeks. Like, there's something to be positive about as if you're a Bears fan.
Yeah, and you're gonna get some players back on defense too. You got some players on defense you're gonna get back. You would think that this maybe will help Caleb going forward. Really, it's only his 17th or 18th game he's actually played.
Yeah.
So people don't really realize that. I mean, he was thrown in. I mean, he's playing a totally different offense too.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not really used to playing from under center.
Yeah.
The way that the offense was last year is totally different than this year. He's got a lot more to think about. So it's one of those things. Can they do it 2 weeks in a row? Is one of those. It's nice to beat the Cowboys, but you're gonna go to Vegas where it's gonna be a mostly Bears fan atmosphere, just because that's how it works a lot in Vegas. They don't really have a great home field advantage there. You usually get a lot of bands traveling in, especially this time of year. It's so beautiful out in Vegas. I know a lot of the radio stations are doing trips out to Vegas and stuff like that. So there'll be a lot of Bears stuff going on out there.
It's not even, I mean, you can't even look at anybody in the NFL, especially on the road, and think you're just going to show like you said, it's good to beat the Cowboys at home, but this is another just as big, if not bigger test, because I don't think the Raiders are by any stretch of the means like a really good football team, but you got to go to Las Vegas and play in their house. I mean, you've seen it all season, home underdogs coming out and, putting up some fight in there. So I think this, like you said, this one is just as big, if not bigger than getting the first one.
I don't know if you saw any of the game, but DeAndre Swift with one of the weirdest, I guess you would say, laterals backwards.
That was so bad.
Caleb Williams. I mean, that freaked me out at first, and then it ended up
ball was in the air for so long.
That's when I knew that the Bears were in a good spot that game, is because usually that does not work out for them.
Yep. Some defensive end somehow gets in there and gets a paw up on it and knocks it down.
Yeah, but they got the win. They didn't let up, and that last offensive drive, and then the first half and the second half, the start of it, when they had that 10-minute drive, that was what they need to do all the time, and I think that's what Ben Johnson wants to do. It was kind of funny. They were doing an interview with Ben Johnson after the game, and they go, how happy did that, I think it was 12, 13 play drive. How happy did that make you? He goes, I'd be happier with a 1-play drive too. So yeah, I just like that mentality.
That's a good way to look at it.
That he kind of goes with. And of all the noise of the last few weeks saying, does the locker room really, are they all in on this offense? It seems like they are. I know it's a win, but wins aren't easy to come by in the NFL either. So it's one of those things. Now you move on to Vegas, and if you can get to 2-2 at the bye, anything can happen.
Absolutely, man. We'll get to our full NFL week 3 recap here in just a minute. But before we do, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor at Connect Roasters Coffee. Guys, the best coffee around that you are going to find. The Cubs are going to the playoffs. Guess what coffee they drink in their clubhouse? Connect Roasters. You don't need to know a whole lot more. They work with our guy, Don Frederick, and of course, Ian Happ, Gold Glove outfielder. So it's good quality stuff. Make sure you check out their website, connectroasters.com. Follow them on X at Connect Roasters and get yourself over to the storefront in Bourbonnais. So, as always, a big shout out to our friends over at Connect Roasters. We have got ourselves a full NFL Week 3 recap. Let's start on Thursday night. The Bills hold on and beat the Dolphins 31-21. Dolphins fall to 0-3. The Bills look good. I did think this game would be more of a blowout than it was, but the Dolphins are broke and the Bills are really good. As my two takeaways.
Yeah, the Bills keep winning, and the Dolphins they can't get a W.
What do you think? Week 6, 7 before McDaniels gets fired?
I guess what's the point though?
Yeah, but if you think like that, you're never going to fire a coach.
I know. I'm just saying it's not all on him either. I mean, they're not going to change the lineup.
Yeah, they're down.
This is
bad,
the NFL,
man.
so it will probably happen sooner than later.
I think if they have a loss to like a team that they shouldn't lose to, he's going to get fired.
Yeah. Just do you want to pay 2 coaches?
Yeah, that it depends where you're at, but we also think a lot of it in Bears terms, where they fired their first coach in franchise history in the middle of the season last year. So we'll see. It'll be interesting, but the Bills are really good.
Yeah, they're good. It's just one of those games you don't want to lose. It's one of those ones that can kind of get away from you because, you're not like you might overthink the game.
That's true. Josh Allen only threw for 213 yards, and they still won by 10 points.
Yeah, so
it's moving to Sunday. We'll just tear the Band-Aid off. The Packers lose to the Browns in Cleveland. This short and simple. You can't score 10 points, and I'm not saying anything bad against the Browns defense. It's very good, but if you have deep playoff aspirations, you cannot score 10 points against Cleveland.
Well, and on the other side of it too, you can't be up 10-0 and let your defense can't lose that game either.
Yep.
You got Micah Parsons for a reason. I mean, you can't give up that game. I know it's in Cleveland, but as much as their defense is good, their offense really isn't. I mean, you let Joe Flacco beat you with a defense who was top 2 or 3, maybe even 1 the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, but let's be honest. In the NFL, 13. If your defense gives up 13 points, you should win.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you're up 10-0, it's. I'm not saying you don't give up 13, but when you have that
giving
lead,
up 13 in the fourth quarter is the problem.
You can't be giving up the lead like that.
Yep. And
I'm not saying 13 in the NFL should win you games a lot.
Yes.
Like giving up that many points, but especially when you have it was a defensive battle, which it 13-10 really is, but I mean, this is just a crazy week for special teams.
Well, and let's not beat around the bush. Jordan Love was terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
183 yards,
and. But it's just tough because, I mean, going into Cleveland is not easy.
No, that defense is better. And I knew they'd be a good defense. I didn't think they were as good as I realized on Sunday.
And it shows you it's just one of those things. The NFL is so hard to win games.
And you could go back and look at all, teams that have ended up with 11, 12 wins. Everybody's got one of those on their schedule, right? What didn't the Raiders beat like the Eagles or somebody last year?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Raiders haven't actually the Eagles haven't lost since I'd seen something. They haven't lost since it was like the game Jalen Hurts got hurt in.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't have those letdowns. And I think the biggest thing for the Packers is you just have to learn from this. And like they play Dallas next weekend. If they look at Dallas the same way they kind of overlook Cleveland, they're going to be in, a fight. So that can happen. If you're a good team like you think you are, you have to go out and prove it this weekend.
Well, and the Vikings looked really good. I know they played a not very good Bengals team, but they looked pretty good. And then we'll get more into it, but the Lions looked really good.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Colts 41, Titans 20. The Colts are pretty good. I hate to say it. Daniel Jones, 228 yards and a touchdown.
I think they're good, and the Titans are just not good.
Well, they're also just completely torn down to the studs, rebuilding. So I'll give them that a little bit. But
I understand that. But how many years ago did they get? Who was it? Will Levis.
Yeah,
that didn't work out at all. And now you're on to Cam Ward, who, yes, it's his first year, but I mean, this offense and defense just look bad.
They are bad. They are bad. They'll probably be a top 3 pick again this year.
Which, coming from a team that's been in the top 5 a lot, you don't want to keep getting the top picks.
Exactly.
Especially when you have a quarterback. When you already have the quarterback, at some point,
it doesn't mean as much.
Yeah, you don't always want to have that top pick.
Absolutely. Like you alluded to earlier, Vikings 48, Cincinnati 10. I can't decide if this is more of the Vikings look good or the Cincinnati Bengals are, without Joe Burrow, are an absolute dumpster fire.
Well, the Bengals didn't look good with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And Carson Wentz is a backup quarterback who is what you always want to have.
Yeah.
He can win
crazy.
games.
They scored 48 points and he only threw for 170 yards.
Yeah. He knows how to control a game.
Big time.
But yeah,
Big time.
The Bengals weren't good with an MVP candidate quarterback.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that one season that the Bengals went to the Super Bowl might be a fluke. I worry Joe Burrow's just done.
Well, yeah, it's just so hard as a quarterback to if you keep getting hurt. It's crazy. Players, like they would say Tom Brady and stuff like that, played so long because that position is not easy to stay healthy at.
Absolutely.
But
Steelers 21.
But also with the Bengals, you have Jamar Chase, you have T. Higgins. You have a good offense, you would think.
Yeah.
But in the last 2 years, you have not been able to put it together. You spent a lot of money on 2 wide receivers and a quarterback. And even when a backup quarterback comes in, you should still not lose that bad to the Vikings, who did not play well against the Falcons at home.
That's very true. Very true. Steelers 21, Patriots 14. I can't decide if the Steelers are good because I also think the Patriots stink and they're not as far in this rebuild as Patriots fans think they are.
Well, no, when you're a Patriots fan, it's probably got to be tough to not always think Super Bowl. And
let me get out my world's smallest violin.
Well, I'm just saying. But if you're the Steelers, DK is really good. You have a quarterback who knows how to win games. I think the Steelers are going to be a good team. And then if you can get this team to the playoffs, you have the perfect quarterback.
Yeah, I think that
can Aaron Rodgers stay healthy?
Yep, big time. I'm becoming more and more impressed by the Steelers each week, I think.
Well, Mike Tomlin's done it with not very good quarterbacks. So it's not surprising that he can do it with Aaron Rodgers. But also it's like the Steelers defense has so much more it can do. TJ Watt has not played well. A defense who is coming into the season was supposed to be good. They have not played well.
Yep.
And still, I think they're 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1.
Are they 2-1 or 3-0?
They're 2-1.
Okay, that's what I thought. They beat the Jets and they beat the Patriots.
Yep. Rams 26, Eagles 33. Man, I thought the Rams were going to take this one.
The Eagles, I'm starting to really dislike the tush push.
Thank you.
And what I don't like is it seems like when they do it, it's like the refs don't even pay attention because they had a false start that was very clear that they did not call. And
Well, not
then
even that. They're recovering. The center's not even behind the football.
no. But
It's so bad.
if you're the Rams, though, you want that game back so badly.
Yep. Yep. That was their chance, man. I thought they had this one, but the Rams also just go scoreless in the fourth quarter when it means the most, you know?
Well, it's one of those things too. You're always like, well, just drive down the field, you get the field goal, and you'll win the game. And there's about 3 or 4 games this week that prove to you that that's not as easy as you think.
Big time. I do think we kind of talked about it in our preview back in August. I think the Rams are good enough to win this division without a doubt because the rest of the
I think a
division's
lot
down.
of teams, though, they need to stop playing for the field goal and try and make it a touchdown. I know it sounds crazy, but field goals aren't. They always say you want to play for the field goal to win the game. Well, sometimes you want to get that touchdown too because that's a lot easier to do. Not easier, but field goals are tough.
Yeah, they're not a sure thing. That is for sure.
Especially with how athletic guys are nowadays.
Big time. Big
what
time.
Is it? Is it Jordan Davis?
Yeah.
Is that what his name is?
Yeah. The big dude.
He's what, probably 320?
At least, yeah.
Blocked a field goal and then ran it. And he got up to, they said 18 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's not defensive linemen from 30 years ago. These guys are freak athletes.
Crazy.
Yep. That's nuts, dude. I think the Rams are going to be okay, though.
Yeah, they're going to be okay, but it's a tough league, and you were a field goal away from winning a very big game.
Yep. Got to take advantage of those opportunities. Another team I think is really good. The Buccaneers 29, Jets 27. I also think that the Jets are better than their 0-3 record, and the Buccaneers are one of the best teams in the NFC.
Another one where there's a blocked field goal tied the game. Or was it tied the game, or were the Jets actually up?
The Jets were up, yeah.
And then they were the ones that actually made a field goal to win the game.
Dude, the Jets scored 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Baker Mayfield, I mean, he's really good.
I love how much of a grudge holder Baker is too.
And not to always go back to the Bears game, but the Bears game wasn't out of hand in the fourth quarter. I mean, these fourth quarters in the NFL, we were on the wrong side of it against the Vikings. They can go away quickly.
Big time. Yeah, it's even what's it, the Packers Lions game week 1 where Packers were leading comfortably and then it just felt like, I mean, it feels like every other game is like that. It doesn't matter what the score is. Yeah. Yes, dude. You're 100%
the NFL
right.
is crazy.
Moving on, Commanders 41, Raiders 24. That's a good win for the Commanders to bounce back.
Very good. You gotta be a little worried. Jane Daniels' knee. I mean, I think he's still playing, right?
Did he play yesterday? This is one I didn't see at all.
Neither did I. I wasn't sure, and I did not listen to PMT. But
either way, no matter what, I mean, that's a second-year quarterback with a knee issue already.
Yeah, it's not easy to stay healthy. I know that's a cliche, as you'd say, but
no, Marcus Mariota started for.
Yeah, but it's one of those ones you got to win with the backup quarterback.
And Mariota's a good one for that. I mean, he was a starter for a very long time.
And the Raiders Geno is not going to do it.
Yeah, but Geno almost threw for 300 yards.
Yeah, but see, that means that you can't just rely on one part of your offense, too. That means Ashton Genty, who was supposed to be playing well
nowhere
the first
to be
few
seen.
weeks, awful.
Yeah, big time, dude. I don't know what they're doing with him because he was. I mean, you take a running back in the top 10, and he's not very good. That's a brutal pick right now.
If you have a quarterback throw for 300 yards and you lose by that much, something's going on with the running game.
Their defense stinks, though, too.
Yeah.
They just got carved up for 41 points by Marcus. And I just said a minute ago that Marcus Mariota is not a bad backup option, but you gave up 41 points to Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
That's tough. That can't happen.
It's going to be a tough season.
Yeah, I think it is too. The Panthers absolutely pants the Falcons 30-0. What is Atlanta's deal?
Because the Falcons beat the Vikings in Minnesota, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then they go and don't even score against the Panthers?
I saw they already fired their wide receivers coach. Like, that's going to magically cure everything.
Yeah, there's so many coaches.
That franchise is cursed, dude. They stink.
But it's one of those things. That's why the NFL is just crazy how this works.
It makes no sense. I thought coming into the season, Michael Penix was going to be a very good quarterback, and he just got blanked by the Carolina Panthers.
Well, yeah, they ended up putting Kirk Cousins in at the end of the game.
Yeah. Yep. Moving on, Jaguars 17, Texans 10. The Texans are dead, and the Jaguars are better than I thought they were.
Yeah. I think the Jaguars are good, and the Texans, it's hard to have a consistently good quarterback.
That's turned around really fast.
That's what happens.
2 years ago, they were one of the best teams in the AFC, and now they're 0-3.
That's why to be a consistently good quarterback is so rare in the NFL.
Yep. Big time.
String together
Trevor Lawrence,
4 or 5 good seasons in a row is just so hard.
Trevor Lawrence, who I think is a good quarterback and still got the win yesterday to move him in 2-1, was 20 for 40.
Yeah.
That's 50%. That's not good.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows you if the Texans can't win games like that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something wrong with that offense.
I think Jacksonville's got pretty good defense too.
Yeah. Hell, big time. I mean, they're only giving up 10 points. That ain't bad. Chargers 23, Broncos 20. I think the Chargers are really good, but I'm also not convinced that the Broncos are dead. They're 1-2 right now. I just think they just ran into a really good Chargers team. Justin Herbert is the real deal.
Dude, that throw he made on the run, unbelievable.
Yes. Jim Harbaugh has completely unlocked whatever potential he had because he is so fun to watch. 300 yards and a touchdown on 28 completions yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, Los Angeles has got some good football teams.
Yes, they do. Unfortunately, I just can never see, obviously because it's never happened, but I just can't see the Chargers winning a Super Bowl.
No, but if it's going to be with one quarterback, Justin Herbert.
And I know it was week 1, but they did beat, and it was in, was it Brazil? They did beat the Chiefs.
But they did lose their running back. Najee got hurt, right?
Yeah, he's done for the year.
Tore his Achilles.
Yep.
That's just nasty. That's a nasty injury.
Yes, it is. Don't watch that in slow motion, people.
Somebody said, I think I was watching something with Barstool, that somebody got off the couch and tore their Achilles. That should not be real.
No.
Like, I get it. You're playing professional sports. But if I can just tear my Achilles standing up, I may just sit down forever.
You can't live life like that, Zach.
If I don't have to tear my Achilles, I might.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's not a fun injury at all. Seahawks 44, Saints 13. There's some teams in the NFL that better be thankful that the New Orleans Saints exist because then they can't be named the worst team in the NFL because I think the Saints are the worst team in the NFL. Awful. I think the Saints are worse than the Titans.
Oh, yeah. The Saints will get the number 1 pick easily.
They got 44 hung on them by Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Who only played well last year 18 times.
Yeah.
They're
But
bad.
yeah,
They're
I mean
so
the
bad.
Saints are just horrible.
I mean,
But they were supposed to be horrible.
yeah,
It's not really like a surprise.
I agree there. Two teams I cannot figure out if they're good or not. The Cardinals lose to the 49ers and Mac Jones 16-15.
I think the 49ers are good. I mean, they're 3-0.
I don't think they are.
They don't have Brock Purdy. They don't have Greg Kittle.
But then that makes me think that Arizona's not good.
Well, yeah, Arizona's not good either. I mean,
And if Arizona's not good and 49ers only beat them by 1, I'm not convinced.
I don't know.
You
beat with Mac Jones, though.
Yeah.
And then they also lost Nick Bosa for the season. Again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Same knee. He tore his ACL in last time.
I'll be honest. If I blow 2 knees out, I don't know if I'm ever taking a snap again.
I don't know how you could.
It's crazy. It's the 49ers are 3-0, and I'm not I could make an argument that they're going to lose if they make the playoffs. They're not going to win a playoff game.
Yeah, you make the playoffs,
and especially because so much of them hinges on Ken McCaffrey. I mean, McCaffrey ran the ball 17 times and only had 52 yards.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall looks like a guy, though.
It was an ugly game.
It was super ugly. A lot of weird games, like you said. And then Sunday night, the Chiefs take down the Giants 22-9.
Oh.
Chiefs pick up their first win of the year, but kind of an ugly game there, too.
Oh, Russell Wilson. I don't understand what is going on there. Like, 1 week he looks really good. And then, I don't know if you watched any of the game, but he was making throws that were just awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, and
I'm also not convinced. I know it's a 13-point win, but Kansas City Chiefs should be beating the New York Giants by a lot more than 13 points.
Yeah, Andy Reid and Travis Kelce were kind of getting into it on the sideline, yelling back and forth. It doesn't seem like they are as good as they've been in the past, but you just never know. I mean,
yeah, they just have to get in the playoffs.
Patrick Mahomes, so
exactly that team with Andy Reid at the helm, you just got to get him and Patrick Mahomes into the playoffs, and they're probably going to make it to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right, but maybe Kelce should have retired a year early.
And then the final one just went final here when we started recording. The Lions beat the Ravens. The Ravens fall to 1-2. Now their schedule has been really tough. Their 2 losses are to the Lions and the Bills, but that's got to be a little worrisome, especially at home. The Ravens fall into the Lions like that,
especially 2 games they probably should have won.
Yes, they just gave up 17 points in the fourth quarter to the Lions. David Montgomery looked like freaking Walter Payton out there, 151 yards.
Derrick Henry can't stop fumbling the ball.
Yeah, that's got to be worrisome.
I mean, this Lions defense, though, kind of going back to a tough loss for the Packers. This Lions team, it looks really good. After week 1, you didn't know after they lost to the Packers, kind of were they going to be as good as they have been the last few years, and this team is good.
And not to bring it up again, but what did they score? 51 against the Bears, and they just scored 38 tonight. That offense is humming too.
Yeah, that's it. They got both sides. They got Hutchinson.
The argument with the Lions are do they have the guys? It was just how can they get those guys to work with those new coordinators? And the last 2 weeks, they've looked really good with those coordinators.
And they went into Baltimore and won a huge Monday night game.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Something to be said there. I think they're going to be okay. But interesting to say the least, an interesting week.
Yeah, very. Just shows you that the NFL is very exciting, but very hard.
Very unpredictable too.
Yes.
Let's move into some college football. Didn't get a chance. Keep it here locally here first. Illinois got absolute breaks beat off of them in Indiana this weekend. I got to start there.
They turn around, play USC this week.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy.
No. just shows you, you figure out who is for real and not for real quickly.
For sure. Kind of a strange week, not a ton of really tight games. Oklahoma and Auburn, which your sister was at, was a really solid game. Mateer looks like the real guy. I mean, 271 yards. Oklahoma's way better than I thought they would be at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but Auburn kept it close.
Yeah, I mean, Auburn's a good team. They're 22 in the country for a reason. They're 3-1. I think Auburn's going to be okay. I don't think they're like, college playoff good quite yet, but I mean, that's a pretty solid going on the road and keeping it close with Oklahoma says something.
Yeah, that's tough.
The other one I had marked here, Texas Tech goes into Utah and beats them 34-10. Big 12. I mean, I thought those were going to be two of the best teams in that conference, and they still might be. But Texas Tech put up 24 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it was never a game, really. I mean,
yeah,
Texas Tech did not realize how much money they spent on that team. And that defense is for real.
Nebraska dropping a tight one against Michigan. I legit thought this was the year that Nebraska was going to get Michigan.
I don't know if you watched any of the game, but Nebraska with a crazy touchdown at the end of the half, kind of ending the half ugly, arguing on the sideline between coaches, and then next thing you know, they throw just an insane touchdown. And it's one of those games, if you want to be for real, you got to win that game at home against Michigan, and it's just a tough loss.
And especially, I mean, as cringe as some of the stuff he can do, Dylan Raiola went out and threw for 308 yards and 3 touchdowns, and you lose by 3.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
a game
tough.
you got to have.
That is tough. Missouri holds on and takes down South Carolina. Missouri, a little sneaky 4-0 right now.
They're pretty impressed with them.
Yeah. Notre Dame bounces back and beats Purdue to pick up their first win of the year.
I'm not a fan of Notre Dame, but their one loss against NIU is way worse than the 2 losses they've had already this year.
100%.
So, and they won out and still got to the playoff. If they win out, there's no way of keeping them out of the playoff.
I completely agree. They've got some challenges, though.
Yeah, they do, definitely. But
that's a good thing, though, because that's going to build
that will most likely be in the playoff.
Yep. I completely agree. If they run the table, those, like you said, those 2 losses are, especially as the year goes on, are looking, tougher and tougher. If they run the table, I would make the concession that they should be in the college playoff. I will say that.
Losing to 2 Power 5 schools or losing to a MAC school who I know you're
be careful. Don't you
alumni of them, but they're definitely not good at football right now.
They're okay. They're okay. All right. They lost. They lost to Maryland on the road and Mississippi State. They're games they got paid.
Which is fine, yeah. But then what I don't understand is their first game.
Yeah, when they barely beat an FCS. Yeah, that was bad.
But yeah, I mean, you think about it though. Those 2 losses aren't like that bad in the grand scheme of things.
I don't disagree with you. We're on the same boat here, and that's coming from 2 guys.
A&M's going to be in the playoff probably, and Miami's going to be in the playoff.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. Next week, looking ahead, though, there's some really solid games. Like you said, Illinois and USC. Luckily for Illinois, that game is at Illinois. USC coming in 4-0. That could be a really fun one, especially if Illinois bounces back and kind of avenge that Indiana loss.
Can I say something that might be controversial? I think targeting is wild.
Yeah. No.
Because it really hurt Illinois. On a play that, I mean, he kind of led with his head, but to get ejected for something like that, it's pretty crazy.
Yes. Obviously, if there's maliciousness behind it, absolutely kick him out of the game. But sometimes it's just so hard to tell, and then a guy gets kicked out. And
sometimes there's definitely targeting, But that doesn't always mean that the targeting play has to result in an ejection.
I agree. That they've got to clean up some of that.
Yeah, I
Next
think there's
weekend
got to be
has the
levels
chance.
to it.
The more I look at next week's schedule, Oregon at Penn State, that could be an incredible game. Alabama at Georgia could be a really fun weekend. And Tennessee having to go to Mississippi State, who's not ranked but is 4-0.
Yeah, this is the season for Mississippi State here.
Yep, absolutely. Auburn at Texas A&M, 3-1 versus 3-0. Indiana having to go to Iowa. Could be a really fun weekend in college football.
Yeah, it just gets better and better.
Completely agree.
Once you start playing more conference games, is when the schedule starts getting a lot better. That's what just kind of sucks about the beginning of the college football season is you don't play a lot of very good teams usually.
Yeah. You get some, a couple good games
Miami,
every
Notre
week.
Dame, like Notre Dame's schedule. That's why I keep saying if they run it out and win it, I mean, they've started the schedule. Their schedule has to be the hardest schedule the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Big time. And they've got Arkansas this week, who's 2-2, but are still an SEC school and who are probably going to end up being in a bowl game. Not going to be easy. Let's wrap things up, Zach. As always, we've got the TCF top 3, and the NFL released kind of like they did with the Nike City Baseball Connect uniforms. They released 8 uniforms this year. They're called the Rivalry Series, and we've got the 8 on screen. We have the Arizona Cardinals, I believe the Seattle Seahawks, the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the Houston Texans, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. So if you're just listening to this, go to YouTube. This will be on your screen. Zach, obviously, we're only doing 6 picks here. So do you want to go first or do you want me to?
You can go first.
All right, Rams first overall. Easy one there. Those black Rams, blue and yellow pop, dude. Those are sweet.
Those are cool.
I'm a sucker for black uniforms, too.
I'm going to have to go with San Francisco's very cool.
Yeah. I hate the 49ers, but dude, those are cool. I just said about how they make the blue and yellow pop on the Rams. The colors on those 49ers really pop because of that black.
Yes, it does.
I like that.
Is that the Jets?
Yeah, I think that's the Jets. I can't tell if it's black or really dark green.
I like the jersey though.
Yeah, I like the stripes on the shoulder. That is, if it's black, those are really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jets.
I will go. So I got my last 2. Give me the Vikings. I like those icy whites. Obviously, a big fan of purple.
Wait, where's the Vikings?
That's the one to the left of the Rams, isn't it?
With 0?
Yeah, isn't that them?
That's Buffalo.
Oh, is it? Well, then I'll take Buffalo. I thought that was purple.
It might. I mean, I think that's blue, but it says Buffalo on there.
Oh, well, my eyes are terrible, and I'm recording this on my phone, so it's about a half an inch big, and I don't have internet on my laptop right now. So I'll go Buffalo. Those would be way sicker if they were Vikings, but I think the Vikings already have an all-white set that I like a lot. And then I'll finish up with the Dolphins. Those are cool. I know that the Dolphins colors are not like the coolest in the world, but the black makes those pop too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with New England. I think that's a cool jersey, and it looks a lot different.
Oh, that is New England. I thought that was the Texans.
Nope. It says,
you know which one I sneaky do kind of like is the Arizona Cardinals up there in the top left.
I don't know if I like that very much.
I think those are
dirty.
Yeah, they're kind of, well, we've had this argument about the bone uniforms that the Rams have. I think that's a cool look that just not a lot of teams have.
Yeah.
But I think I like that more than the Seattle one.
New England.
The Seattle one looks like a soccer uniform.
Yeah, New England, at least it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I do like that. The 2 different shades of blue kind of.
They didn't do much with these. They didn't do as much with these jerseys as they should have.
I think with it being their first one, they didn't want to go like overboard with it.
You almost want to though.
I don't disagree with you. I completely don't disagree with you because I would like if they want to just go. I love the color rush uniforms,
Yeah.
but be ignorant with it, But obviously, that's not the approach that Nike took. They're going to get crazier every year
And
when they
also, I
drop
think they
new
should
ones.
do more teams.
Yeah, that was kind of the model they went with baseball, though.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, just because then you sell so many more jerseys too.
Yeah, but think about it. If you're only getting your team is getting a different uniform every 3 or 4 years, you're probably going to buy your teams, every time. Where if it was every year, kind of like the NBA has done, like obviously I have bought a City Connect jersey for the Bulls every year, but that's because I'm an idiot.
Well, you say
If
that though,
you
but
had,
people will buy jerseys all the time,
yeah,
especially in the
the
NFL.
more jerseys, the better. I don't
There's so
disagree.
many different players. It's not like basketball where there's 5 starters or whatever.
Yeah,
There's so many players to choose from.
yep, I agree. There's a good first start for Nike though with an alternate set of uniforms.
But
I
also,
like.
they don't need to make it so hard to see. Like, I have a
Yeah,
good view of it, and it's hard to know which jersey is which team.
yeah. Well, mine doesn't help that I'm like
I
blind,
know, but I
but
have a good view of it, and still, like, the
it's
only
hard to
reason I can
tell.
see is it says Buffalo pretty small in the front.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
like, the Seahawks and the Jets, I wouldn't know which one is which.
Yep.
Because, I mean, the Jets have used that type of green.
Right. No, I agree. Go
Like,
crazy
Miami, you
with
can
them.
tell. The Rams, you can easily tell. And the 49ers. But, I mean, New England,
Outside of that, yeah.
yeah, I didn't.
Well, shoot, you heard me say about it. I mean, I thought that was could have
I know
sworn
they're
that was
trying
the
to make it
Vikings.
look cool, but you don't have to try that hard with,
Yeah.
make it at least like put the logo of the team underneath it.
Nike being a bunch of try-hard, shocker there.
Yeah. I know what they're trying to do. They're
That's
trying to
gonna
make it look as cool as possible.
Yes. Cool it on the trying to be cool guys. Just make it visible.
Yeah.
Facts. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Typical Chicago Fans. As always, guys, thank you for joining in. You can find us on X at typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you give those pages a like. Head on over to YouTube for all of our content in video form. Wherever you get your podcast, subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, wherever you get them, we are there. Make sure you find me on X at Boomy TCF, and of course, Zach at ZLilia TCF. We'll do our best to be back with a show next week. Hopefully, another good week of football for both of our teams. But we'll see what happens. We'll be back as soon as we can.
We want the Bears to be good. We don't really care about your team.
Okay, if we're going to be like that, I hope the Bears lose by 60 points.
That's fine. I want you to.
All right. Packers win by 60. Bears lose by 60. It's going to be a great day. But as always, guys, thanks for joining us. Episode 267, Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.